Never-ending cycle, supply demands. But if you're resonating with this, if this is how they're treating you, or how you feel like you're being treated, you're being encouraged to move away from this energy. They are only interested in taking. At least at this point in their personal growth. This is where they're at. It's like you're being encouraged to ignore the potential, ignore who and what you know this person or these people could be. It's not what they're trying to do right now. It's not the energy. It's not the energy they're trying to. So I saw like a king, right? A king with a crown, and you're watching this king. You also have a crown. You're watching this king. They're not paying attention to you. They're focused on something else, like at a desk. And you keep seeing their crown like falling off their head, and you go and you catch it and you put it back on. And it's like this repeated thing. You walk back, you're watching them, it slips, you go to put it, you go to save it and put it back on. You need to stop doing that. Not that I can tell you what to do. That's not your responsibility. That king is responsible for their own crown. Let it fall. Hello, welcome to Moonlit Justice Oracle. So I've been dabbling in automatic writing. So here we are. These past, I don't know, maybe a week or mostly the past few days, I've been picking up on really weird ass energy. And this is something I've done a little bit of before, but I've never really fully invested in this kind of process. So I did that yesterday. And I had asked for maybe some information regarding what I was feeling, right? And this could explain a lot. And I'm trying to figure out how to explain who this might resonate with, or who might also find this beneficial or valuable in some way. And I think the answer is, specifically, this is going to be for divine feminine energies, specifically those who have really done shadow work, learned to, I don't know, they really embraced their shadow side in various ways. They understand how to utilize them. And also those who resonate with Lilith energy. And I had to do a little research. Lilith energy is a raw, untamed, and rebellious archetype representing the shadow self, radical authenticity, and the dark feminine. Rooted in mythology where Lilith refused to submit, astrological Black Moon Lilith embodies fierce sovereignty, righteous rage, and the parts of identity society pressures people to hide. Core traits of Lilith energy. Radical defiance, refusing to conform, people please, or follow rules that compromise your core truth. The shadow self, bringing hidden desires, old shames, and unexpressed anger to the surface for healing. Sacred boundaries, learning to say no without guilt and protecting your energy with absolute self-respect. Primal sensuality, reclaiming the body, eroticism, and power without apology or shame. How people experience it. This is just a little part. Rather than seeking harmony, Lilith energy disrupts false peace to force authentic wholeness. And call me Lilith. So this was the very last thing I wrote on here. Call me Lilith. At first it was Lilith, and then call me Lilith. It's like there's something here about someone's like true soul identity is this Lilith energy. Or they're learning to embody this Lilith energy in some way. And I think this is the clarity. It's like understanding the point of what's been going on or what they're experiencing. I think they're being called to research, learn about, or revisit, embrace this Lilith energy in some way. And specifically, this is for, I believe, divine feminine collectives. And, you know, there was an emphasis towards the end of what I came up with here. There was an emphasis on her and she. Like, it was being emphasized that this is someone who identifies on the more feminine spectrum of gender identity in some way. She. There's a lot of she and her. And I don't know if this is just speaking of Lilith energy or who this message might be for. Or who might resonate with this. Okie dokie, what else do we have on Lilith? A side note, it can be beneficial to understand where your Lilith placement is in your birth chart. Okie dokie. Let's see. What did I look up next? What triggers Lilith energy within someone? Common triggers for Lilith energy: injustice and suppression, experiencing unfair rules, gaslighting, or environments where you are expected to silence yourself or play small. And this is all because what I was picking up on was so controlling and so dark and so like manipulative in a way. And once I went to like, okay, what's the other side of this? Who else is involved with this? Or because this is definitely a separate energy. And then this Lilith energy is the energy involved with either this is a specific person or this is a general energy that maybe you, whomever might resonate with this as the Lilith energy, whoever is in your energy, this could be many people, this could be one person. This could just be a general energy that you attract. You notice that you attract. And specifically, it's important for me to mention that this isn't a one-time thing. If this is one person, either this is an energy you've experienced with this one person before, and it's like a cycle. It's like it keeps coming back. Or this is an energy that reappears in your life through different people or through a lot of people. So if you're resonating with that, this is relevant. Control and micromanagement, dealing with authoritarian people, rigid power structures, or relationships that demand submission instead of equality. Shame and judgment, facing societal or personal shame around your natural desires, sexuality, body, or primal instincts. Boundary violations, when someone disrespects your time, space, or fundamental personal boundaries, provoking an abrupt and fierce reaction. Astrological transits, planetary transits where black moon Lilith forms hard aspects like conjunctions or squares to natal planets or angles in your personal birth chart. I don't know much about the astrological aspects of this. Next I looked up how Lilith energy creates change. Because it's like, what is someone who is being called to embrace this Lilith energy? What's the point? You know what I mean? Lilith energy creates change through radical awakening, shattering repression, and demanding absolute authenticity. Rather than forcing gentle progress, this archetype disrupts stagnant or toxic environments by exposing where you have compromised your truth, boundaries, and personal power to keep the peace. And this was reminding me of readings we've done in the very recent past with the feminine energy. Because I feel like this is a divine feminine collective. And again, this could resonate in any way. It's just specifically what I'm picking up is this is divine feminine energy that this is for. And this is some kind of, this is someone's shadow self, like, to me, this is a more masculine energy here. If we're talking like a specific person. But I believe that this could be showing up in other people on their with their masculine energies that they carry within, regardless of their gender. Because this divine feminine energy, I believe, has been in a more gentle energy. Rather than forcing gentle progress, this archetype disrupts stagnant or toxic environments by exposing where you have compromised your truth, boundaries, and personal power to keep the peace. And it was reminding me of the most recent divine counterpart reading with the feminine energy, what they were experiencing. The catalyst of discomfort, intolerable realities, Old dynamics and people-pleasing habits suddenly feel heavy and impossible to bear any longer. Shattered illusion. Shattered illusions. It forces you to look straight at the areas where you gave away your voice or negotiated away your worth. No return. Once you see your repressed truth clearly, unseeing it or pretending to comply is no longer an option. Reclaimed personal power. Fierce boundaries. It teaches you how to say no without guilt, explanation, or apology. Sovereignty. You stop shrinking yourself to fit social expectations or to make others comfortable. Embracing the shadow. It welcomes back the intense, wild, or too much parts of your identity that you were conditioned to hide. Channeling the shift. Raw creation. The intense inner pressure transforms into bold, authentic, artistic expression or vital life force. Unapologetic truth. Action shifts away from, I should do this, towards, I will live this way, anchoring a permanent sense of self-respect. So that's what I've got. That's what I've got. And I think that those who resonate with this, specifically on, I'm going to call it the lighter side of this, but once we get into that, you'll see that it's a combination of light and darkness. And that's why I was saying this is for divine feminine energy on this side, who utilizes their shadow self too, or is being called to utilize their shadow self in some way. And I think that if someone is unsure about how to do that or what that means, that's where the Lilith energy comes in. Okay, I'm going to start at the beginning. And I don't know how I'm going to present this because you can't really see this very well. I might take pictures once we're done here and put them maybe over here somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so it started off, well, with me just holding blank pages for a good 20 minutes, and then misguided came out. Misguided, which led to stuck. So whatever this shadowy energy is over here, and I strongly believe this is another person or people, various energies that show up in one's life, misguided. So this is someone who is living from a place based on being misguided in some way, misled, or it's like they're following a system, they're following a way of doing things, and this is learned behavior, trained behavior here. This is not like their natural way of going about, like it's not their true nature, but it's they've been trained to do or led to do in some way. So this is someone who's given their power away, and they actively make decisions, and their behavior reflects whatever ways they've been misguided. And this could be an internal process. This doesn't have to be how they're outwardly behaving in some way. This could be their internal process. Misguided, leading to someone being stuck. And I believe that when they're in this stuck energy, they're being called to, because I'm getting like the hangman, right? It's like they're being called to look at something from a different perspective, or they're being called, or they're feeling stuck. It's leading, this misguided energy leads them to feeling stuck. And this person might have the tendency, or they always do this, but instead of trying to see things differently, they go towards manipulative energy. They go towards manipulating to handle whatever they're experiencing in some way. And this is a trained behavior. And the manipulating leads to control. So it's like there's something about, I don't know if this is a specific situation that this happens with them or in general. They're misguided, then they get stuck, then they resort to manipulation because of trying to have control of others, of themselves in some way. And this is trained behavior. They were taught to do this. They were not, I don't know, there's something about that, whatever trained behavior this is. Anyways, this all ends in bad idea, and that was emphasized. And I think this is a specific situation. Whatever specific situation, if this is a current situation for them, whatever they're trying to do to manipulate or control, it's a very bad idea. And I'm kind of getting the feeling like this is someone, if this is how they've existed, if this is their usual mode of operation, whatever the specific situation is, it's a very bad idea. And then I wrote a big period at the end with an arrow pointing to it. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, the period marks the end of a statement. It marks the end, like finished. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if like I was saying, if this is someone who, this is their usual method of going about something, this is the end point for doing this. This is the final, like, the final straw. What is that? Straw? Straw. Scarecrow? What's a scarecrow? Scares away, keeps away crows? Protects crops. Protects crops? Is this like a way of protecting oneself, or is this like a facade, a mask that they wear to protect themselves? That would make sense. That would make sense because of what we get down here. Protecting crops, protecting what they built, what they're growing. Interesting. Okay, anyways, it's a bad idea. Trained behavior. Whatever they're doing to try to manipulate and control. For this, a specific situation, or this is, it's like the divine calling it. It's like, okay, enough. Period. And then what happened? What happened next? Trained behavior. Oh yeah. So I started getting like bad dog, good dog, bad dog. It's like a back and forth, like, I was kind of getting, it's like imagining someone with a dog, right? This dog is in their control in some way. And this person is very confusing to this dog. It's like, good dog, rewarding them, bad dog, punishing them, good dog, rewarding them. It's like this constant, like, and then I went, good dog. It's like, bad dog, good dog, bad dog, good dog. And then, not your bitch came out. And I was reminded, there's a song by Chumbawamba. I don't know how to actually pronounce that. Chumbawamba. And it's called like Bad Dog or something like that. It was reminding me of that. Not your bitch. And this is coming from someone who's angry, done, and not willing to take it anymore. Not your bitch. It's like someone not... This is like someone, this shadow energy, trying to exert control over this person. And I'm getting more of a feminine energy, or this could be in general. People who have had enough. It's like angering them. Like the dog's getting angry at this point, and they're done. They're just gonna leave. No more. Underline. No more. So that's why I think I said earlier something about it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Like this isn't a one-time event here. This is a cycle. And then, not your bitch, good dog, not your bitch. Come here, sit, fetch, good dog. It's like this constant, like, trying to, it's like seeing this other energy, the dog, right? Seeing them as someone to control, or who should obey, who should submit to their will in some way, or someone who needs to be told what to do, or someone who exists solely to be ordered around. They have no free will. They have no autonomy in some way. And that person has had enough. They're done. They're angry. They're tired of being treated that way. And then, where did I go next? Ah, yes. Okay, misguided goes down. I have a lot of arrows leading places because certain things started connecting to other things. Projections, not single, impossible. I kept like, this has to do with like assumptions or something like that. And okay, so regarding this whole message, some of it might resonate with you, the viewer. Some of it might not. Don't force the whole situation to resonate. This is just random stuff. As with all general collective messages, right? Some parts might resonate, some parts might not. Just leave. If it doesn't make sense to you, just leave it. It's for someone else. But take what does resonate with you. Someone might be projecting how someone, because this comes back in with someone who's like independent or self-empowered in some way. Someone who, it's like this person is projecting some kind of image onto someone else. Or they're projecting their own opinions or capabilities or their own something about that. They're projecting an idea that someone is like, what was I getting? It's like, okay, so specifically if we're talking a feminine energy and a masculine energy, or these general energies, right? This feminine energy, if they pulled away in some way, or if they left a situation, or if they, I don't know, in some way, they created distance. And I believe in some cases, for some of you, this person, the shadow person here, took that as this feminine energy must be finding, they might, what am I getting? What am I getting? 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 3, 4, 5, 7 of Cups. They might feel like, okay, if this is a romantic situation, right? If this is a masculine energy, feminine energy involved in a romantic situation, or like some kind of connection like that, this masculine energy might have assumed or might be like going automatically to the like idea that this feminine energy is getting involved with other people and that's why they left. It's like instead of this person seeing that it has to do with their energy, they're making assumptions about this feminine energy and projecting and saying, no, this feminine energy just is exploring their options or something like that. And that's completely not the case in this situation. This feminine energy has had enough. They're done. They're done with whatever energy this is. And so this is someone self-empowered. This is someone who does not seek external energy to be okay or to thrive in some way. And I'm almost getting, because we have energy vampire here, like this is someone who might feed off of the energy of others in some way. So they can't imagine why this feminine energy, it's like they're assuming that that's how everyone is. They're assuming that if someone distances themselves from them, that means they're finding energy from someone else elsewhere. And again, that's not going to relate, or that's not going to resonate for everyone here. But in some specific situations, that's what's going on here. Okay. Projections, not single, impossible. Unevolved mindset. Yes, this is someone who has not fully evolved in their mind in some way, and their ability to perceive things. And I think that's where I got the stuck energy with the hangman. It's like they haven't found the capacity to be able to see things in this different way. And somehow it's related to being misguided in some way. What else? What? There was something here. There was something here. Oh, it was something about like, a toxic belief system. Some kind of toxic belief system. It's like some kind of, what did I say earlier? Some kind of system that they follow or something. But it's toxic. And what I mean by that is that it's not beneficial for them. It's not helping them grow. It's doing the opposite to them. It's doing the opposite to them, so it's toxic. Toxic beliefs. Yeah, that's next to misguided. Okay. Unresolved mindset. Unresolved, interesting. Unevolved mindset. Unresolved. So this person might, unresolved. They might, this energy. I'm just going to say this energy from now on because I keep wanting to emphasize that this could just be general people around or a general energy that this divine feminine deals with on a regular basis in some way. Or it's like constantly reappeared in their lives. Unresolved. So instead of resolving, no resolution. It's like, when you're having, if there's conflict, right? Interpersonal conflict. And instead of talking things out, like one person is willing to talk things out, and the other is not willing to talk things out or compromise or see another perspective. And all this person wants to do is resolve the conflict. You have this other person here who just leaves, or who just, they have no interest in resolving conflict in some way. Unresolved. I keep saying it. Unevolved mindset. Power in numbers. Not good at being alone. Oh, yeah, okay. So I think this goes back to what we were talking about before with not single impossible. It's like someone who feeds off the energy of others or who is dependent on the energy of others in some way. And I think that leads them to being misguided, or there's something here about others, giving their power away to other people. Not good at being alone. Someone who either does not like being alone, or it's like they don't know how to supply their own energy for themselves in some way. They don't know how to empower themselves. They don't know how to empower themselves. Take. Ah, yeah. Codependency. And then I wrote reciprocity, right? But immediately after I wrote it, I saw a big no sign, like the circle, like a big circle with the line through it, like no reciprocity. Take. So it's like someone who is willing to take, but unwilling to give or not knowing how to give in some way. Or this is part of their manipulation and control. They use, they hold back, or they withhold in whatever way, right? They withhold in some way in order to manipulate and control. And if that's what they're doing in a specific situation, it's going to backfire on them. That's what this is. Bad idea, period. It's going to backfire for them. But I think it's going to backfire for them in bigger ways than they're accustomed to because of whatever specific situation this is. This is the final straw, right? Protects crops. If they're doing this to try to protect themselves or to protect what they're growing or what they have, that's how it's going to backfire. A loss of protection. I just saw a crown. Loss of protection. Here, I'll put it up here. Crown. Crown taken. A taken crown. Gone. Crown gone. Interesting. Bad idea. Yeah, whatever they're doing, I really want to emphasize this for them, but I don't know if this person, these energies, if they have that kind of mindset to even believe anything that one might say. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's just something they're going to have to find out on their own, I guess. Take, take, take. No reciprocity. What else we got? Demands. Demands. Oh, that's after. That's later. Energy vampires. Take, take, take. Fake. Pretend. Take, take. So it's like there's something here about this person being misguided, feeling stuck in some way, and then resorting to manipulation in order to control, or an attempt to control. And this might involve some kind of like fakeness or falseness, pretending, like pretending to do something, or fake, pretend, take, take. It's like they're not getting what they want. They're not able to take, so they fake. They like manipulate. They do something to pretend in order to take. Or that's what they're trying to do. And then I got not this time. After fake, pretend, take, take. Not this time. Not this time. Yeah, so this is someone's usual way of doing things. But not this time. That's where the period is. And that's the crown. I don't know what this crown represents to this person. Because a crown, right? That's someone in a position. Like they're like a king. A queen. Some kind of rule, some kind of authority, some kind of something. That crown was placed upon their head and it can be taken. Taken. Can be taken. This person might feel invincible, or they might feel like they're above in some way, like no one can take their crown, but it was given. It was given, and it can be taken. Interesting. Not this time. And okay, and this was the whole mindset that I was getting with whatever's going on here. With the good dog, bad dog, right? So I was getting empowerment. This is how this person perceives this stuff. Empowerment equals disobedience. So someone who is empowered, who is confident within themselves, who doesn't allow themselves to be influenced or moved, someone who has boundaries, etc., they see that as being disobedient in some way. Disobedient, not obeying. Disobedience is mean, it's cruel. That's how they see this. They see someone's empowerment, setting boundaries, etc., as being disobedient, and being disobedient is a personal attack on them in some way. It's cruel. They perceive someone setting boundaries, having self-respect, having some kind of, what is this? Protected. It's like someone protecting themselves in some way. They see that as an act of cruelty. And because they see it as an act of cruelty, they want to punish and seek revenge because of a misguided, toxic belief system. Misguided. And I'm just getting misguided might be internal. It's like whatever ways they've come up with inside to process things, they've gone with it because of that. What was I saying earlier? Because of a lack of being able to see things differently. Yeah, with the stuck hangman. Not being able to see things differently, or being unwilling to look at things from a different perspective. It's like someone who's unwilling to put themselves in someone else's shoes to try to understand their experience. They're set because they're the human and this person is the dog. That's the way they see it. Or whether they're aware of that, or this is their subconscious, like their shadow. This is their shadow aspect. Punish, revenge. Revenge against someone self-empowered. Bad idea again. Okay, bad idea again. So whatever they're doing, it's like get back energy. It's like trying to like feeling like someone was cruel because they were disobedient, because they were self-empowered. They want to cause that person hurt. That's a bad idea. Yeah, whatever they're doing, manipulation, control, bad idea. Crown gone, it can be taken. Bad idea. I didn't remember that I wrote that here too. And again, with the big period, there's an emphasis on the ending. It's like something's going to backfire for them in a major way if they continue on this path. What else do we have here? Never ending. Okay. Not good at being alone. Infinity. I kept getting the infinity sign. Eternity. It's just like the same thing over and over. Never-ending cycle. Supply and demands. And I got the number 10. The number 10. And to me, 10 represents the end of a cycle. It's like an ending. Never-ending cycle is going to end. And I don't know what that means. I think this divine feminine might be, because anger, done, no more, underlined. This divine feminine energy, it's the end. They're calling it. What was I saying before? I was saying that this feminine energy was reminding me of, what was the gentle transformation. They were trying to be nice. They were trying to be gentle and compassionate. And I think, taken advantage of. Yes, we were talking about that in one of the readings recently. Taken advantage of. They were being taken advantage of. And that's where this Lilith energy comes from. What were we talking about with how Lilith energy is triggered? Environments where they are expected to silence themselves or play small. Bad dog, good dog, bad dog, good dog. Silence yourself or play small. Control control and micromanagement. Dealing with authoritarian people, rigid power structures, or relationships that demand submission instead of equality. Here we go. That's what triggered it. So if this is an energy that's trying to manipulate and control this feminine energy, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And I think that if you're this feminine energy and this is resonating with you, or you understand if this is a specific person, you are being urged, if this isn't something you've been willing to do because you care, you're being urged to put an end to it. Recognize that you're being taken advantage of. Recognize that you're being taken advantage of. I'd say even this is abuse. This is some kind of abuse. They're treating you like a disobedient dog. You know what I mean? Supply, never-ending cycle, coming to an end. Supply demands, keep going, good dog. Keep going, good dog. Punish the bad dog. Starve, ignore, abandon. Come here, good dog. Why not? Bad dog. Yeah, so it's like this person, this energy, when you keep going, they want you to feel rewarded. If you do something, because if this is a cycle, right? If you do something to stop this cycle, perhaps it means like pulling away, cutting off your energy in some way. They want to punish you. You're a bad dog in their eyes. Punish the bad dog. Starve the dog, ignore the dog, and abandon the dog. Come here, good dog. And then they want you to come back. Come here, good dog. Like saying, oh yeah, I just starved you, ignored you, and abandoned you. But come here, good dog. Why not? Why won't the good dog come to me? Bad dog. All in caps and underlined a bunch of times. It's like this person has a very, I want to say strange. I'm not here to judge. It's just, this is toxic. This is toxic AF. And I think it can be when someone cares, when someone has compassion, when someone is able to see the light side of people. Sometimes they're willing to ignore the shadow, this kind of energy, because they're seeing the good, they're seeing the light, right? If you're resonating with that, you're being encouraged to, I started to say walk away and I heard run away. You're being encouraged to run away fast. Never-ending cycle, supply demands. Yeah, I don't know who this person might be to you. But if you're resonating with this, if this is how they're treating you, or how you feel like you're being treated, you're being encouraged to move away from this energy. They are only interested in taking. At least at this point in their personal growth. This is where they're at. It's like you're being encouraged to ignore the potential, ignore who and what you know this person or these people could be. It's not what they're trying to do right now. It's not the energy. It's not the energy they're trying to. So I saw like a king, right? A king with a crown, and you're watching this king. You also have a crown. You're watching this king. They're not paying attention to you. They're focused on something else, like at a desk, and you keep seeing their crown like falling off their head, and you go and you catch it and you put it back on, and it's like this repeated thing. You walk back. You're watching them. It slips. You go to put it. You go to save it and put it back on. You need to stop doing that. Not that I can tell you what to do. That's not your responsibility. That king is responsible for their own crown. Let it fall. Gone. It can be taken. It was given and it can be taken away. It's on this person. It's not your responsibility, no matter how much you care, no matter how much compassion you have for this person or these energies. That's not your responsibility. That's on them. Because they've gotten away with whatever this energy, this manipulating in order to control energy. You're putting a stop to it. It's like enabling this energy in some way. It's enabling them. When you go fix that crown, keep it from falling, you're enabling it. Let the crown fall. Why? Because think about how much you care about this person, how much you care about these people. What this energy suggests is they see you as a dog that they can control and abuse. Is that fair? Is that something that someone who is self-empowered should put up with? I don't think so. Lilith energy. You're being called to embrace this Lilith energy. Lilith don't F around. Okay. Starve, come here, good dog. Why not? Bad dog. Incubus, succubus, draining. Clog, won't drain, can't take. There's a clog in the drain. They can't take, it won't drain. It's like someone feeding off of someone else's energy. With, oh yeah, fake pretend. It's like someone could be doing this by like trying to appeal to someone's like sexual nature or using love or something like that. They're trying to manipulate using feelings, desires. Draining. Something's clogged. It won't drain. They can't take. And then something happens here where, okay, so when we're triggered, right? When we're triggered, we're being shown something within us that is asking to be healed, right? Some people, when they're triggered, they go within and they're like, why does this trigger me? What can I do to heal that? What can I do to, I don't know, grow, heal, evolve to where that doesn't trigger me anymore. It's not a trigger. I've healed it, you know? But others, when they're triggered, they get mad at whomever triggered them. And I think that's what happens here. This energy gets triggered. Two sides, they're split. They have an angel side and a demon side. And we start talking about demons, the devil, all of it's going to come out over here. But there's an actual, like, it's like this person has like these two sides to them in some way. When they're triggered, something happens and they don't focus within, or they look they like want to put it's like a scapegoat. Didn't I write that? Scapegoat. I wrote that somewhere. It's like they look for other things to blame for their triggers instead of understanding that their triggers are there. They feel it in order to like, it's being pointed out that something within them needs to heal. But they don't see it that way. They take it out on whatever triggered them, whoever triggered them. They see that as the problem and not the wound that is being pointed out. Two sides. Split. Angel, demon. Oh yeah, and so there's something here. Angel, demon. It's like, okay, they have these two sides of them, right? But there's something that they have mixed up about those sides. Or that this happens when they're triggered, or there's something here about what they think is an angel and what they think is a demon is confused. Confused. It's like angel. Someone trying to protect, someone trying to help. They view that as demon. And then demon, someone who is trying to control, influence, possess. They see that as angel. So it's like seeing what's good as bad, if we're just going to say good and bad in loose terms. Seeing something that's good, helpful, as bad and harmful. There's something here about, it's like being X. What's X? X. X. And I wrote it by the no. Yeah, it's like something about, it's like, X with the no sign here. Something that is good and meant to help them, they're seeing as bad and harmful. Interesting. X marks the spot. Map, goal. Protecting it's like this path. X marks the spot, a destination, a location. Protecting crops, keeps away. It's like, yeah, there's something here about how they perceive angels versus how they perceive demons, how they perceive good versus versus what they see as bad. There's a mix-up. And I think that has to do with misguided stuck. Angel, demon. They have it mixed up, confused. Angels fight. Then I kept getting angels fighting demons. Like whatever the situation is, it's bigger. It's like if we're talking two people, right? I know this is a collective message, so it's going to involve more than two people, but a specific situation involving two people. This energy and this energy. It's bigger than just these two physical humans. This is angels fighting demons in some way. And that comes out over here a lot. With the feminine side here, there's a lot about how this is part of a spiritual battle, or this is part of something much bigger than what we as humans are experiencing or are aware of, or it's like what our understanding is limited when it comes to what's actually happening here.